Well, this is the last video on the Victorian bird lady. I'm really sorry about the last one being sideways. I don't know how that happened. I try to keep checking and checking, but things do happen, and I worked for hours yesterday trying to correct it, and I just couldn't. I even tried this morning, but it is what it is. If you request that I redo this, I will redo it, of course. I can just print out another one and we can redo it. So let's get started with the feathers in her hat. These last two ones, and let's see what we should do. I'm thinking. I'm always thinking, huh? Sorry. I think we're going to start out with our 226, and this is alizarin crimson. So I think we're just going to make them a little bit I want to put some green in it, I think. So before I go on too far, let's see. And what color is this? Permanent green? Yeah. I just think she's turned out so pretty. And I will be doing more of these off and on. Because they really are. They're fun. I'll just go back in here with a little deeper and deepen this red a little bit. Just kind of going back and forth, back and forth. And let's find the cream, the ivory, I mean. Depends what set of pencils you're using, huh? I'm just using it to kind of blend this together. Looks like we're going to be in the 80s this week. That's a little, like, we'll believe it when we see it. Kind of the way you feel, huh? You keep hoping and hoping, and it's like finally I'll believe it when I see it. I'm just adding layer after layer after layer, trying to build it up to where I like it. Well, you may not know what you're doing, just keep working at it. And if you make a mistake, we all make mistakes. My heart was really broken. That video was sideways and I couldn't fix it on my phone. It was a little longer than it should have been. I should have been more careful. All right, now let's, I'm just looking for a brighter green. So that does kind of, let's put a little of this India red in there. Just a little way up in there. I just want it to stand out just a little bit more. Okay, we'll work on this one. It's kind of like hair, which I think we'll do next. I want to do go back to the salmon. While I was trying to upload and stuff, I started a new picture in, what is that book called? The Ocean, let's see. Lost Ocean. So this afternoon we're going to finish, I'm going to do a video finishing this up. Isn't that pretty? And this is done with the pastels. So you can look forward to that one. It was like I needed to color, and I'm tired of working on trying to get this video right side up. It was not an easy chore. Oops. Let's get some green in this. Maybe we'll just kind of tip the sides of it on this one. What do you think? I think let's pull up pink. Let's see what happens. What is this? Pink matter. It's gonna brighten it up. And then I think we're going to make some highlights in there. Because it got kind of dark for me. I know, I shouldn't be using my hand. I've been pretty good at not doing that. Making you guys dizzy, twisting this thing around and around. Many times I've made something too dark, and it looks much better when I come in here with my little zapper and lighten it up, because the color underneath isn't all going to go away. Look at that. Isn't that better? What was the happy painter? Happy accidents? Now, let's see. I like it. I like it. I do. So, let's try. Just thinking I'm going to just put a little more green back in it. Let's see. I think what I need to do is leave it alone now. Get all the stuff off, and we're going to start working on her hair. And so I've already pulled, we're going to make her a brunette. So I pulled all of the darker pencils in different shades. Which ones I'm going to use, I'll let you know as we go along. I'll put all these in the jar for now, so they don't roll away and off on the floor and into Never Never Land. Boy, my little pencil sharpener is getting full. Okay, here we go. We're going to start with a darker, what is this one? Van Dyke Brown. I was looking for that. And there it is, right on my desk. Let me just double check the camera. We're in the right direction, and we are filming. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to start out like we do with the flower. I'm just going to go over the dark spots. Maybe underneath there a little bit. and just kind of pull it out. And this isn't our darkest color by any means. This is just starting. And remember, we're in groups of hair. Like this is a group right here, from here to here, from here to there. That is one little pile of hair. And so we work on this one little pile of hair at a time. From everything I have learned. So then we're going to go to a lighter color. Let's try the brown ochre. And we're just going to go up in there and down through here. And we want to leave a little spot open. It's just going to be more brunette than anything, I hope. I hope. So now we want something darker than the Van Dyke brown. And this is walnut brown, so let's try that. We just want to go way up in here and add just a little more darkness. And just bring a couple of those little strands in there. Okay, and then I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging this, guys. Raw umber. And if I can wing it, you can. Okay, now that's going to be darker than this, and that is not what I want. It's not what I want at all. So what was this one? Did I pull the right one? Raw umber. I'm moving it out of my way. And I'm going to move these two dark ones out of my way. We're going to use black in the very, very end, where it's right at the very, very end. Just the very, very end. I got it a line there, so I'm just trying to even it a little bit. And then they said to go back over any black with dark brown. And all you have done is deepen it and turn that black into a really dark brown. So now, what is this one? Terracotta? Yep. 186. So I'm just going to lightly come up in here and not fill it in, but just really lightly. Okay. I don't know about that. I don't think I like that one. Where's my little, there it is. My little put my highlight back in there a little bit. Okay. And what is this one? Burnt ochre. Let's give that a shot. I think this was black. Yeah, okay. We'll leave that alone. So I'm going to come back to the Van Dyke brown, and on the sides I'm just going to bring up and down just a little bit more. Right or wrong, I don't know, but we're giving it a shot. So when you don't know what else to do, leave it alone. I'm not going to turn this on. I'm just going to use the little eraser. Sometimes you can use it to kind of blend without. Okay. Do you see what I did? So let's move on. I don't know. Okay. You can't tell by looking what color they are until you look at the color. Okay, walnut brown. This is our dark color. We're going to come back in here. And pick up that little piece there too. Okay. I'm going to go down to the very end and put my black. Somebody's probably yelling at me, don't do that. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just giving it a shot. Okay. Pull some of the some of the red in there. And again, I'm just going to use my eraser at the end. Just to soften that. Well, let's try the next little piece. Go down into the depths. I think this time we'll be more careful not to do the whole strand. But I can see where this definitely by doing it just a little bit at a time makes it look more realistic and pretty highlights, huh? I was thinking my pencil, my little eraser is right here somewhere. You can never find it when you want it. When you don't want it, it's always in your face. Alright, well, I'll just keep using the big one. Maybe it's in this can. Here's our blender that I know my little eraser one is in here somewhere. There it is. It's shorter, so it always hides. This is the same as that on here. And so I'm just gonna make sure I get the color off. I like it because it pulls some of the color off without blending it together, which this would blend it together. Okay. Hey, I'm liking it. How about you guys? It looks good, huh? Looks really good. I'm very happy with it. Watching all these videos pays off, guys. When you go to start to do your stuff. So I'm going to go down in here and make it dark. I'm working on 2 strands at a time, which probably isn't the... I'm trying to see where this one ends. Maybe there. And there's one down in here. Okay. And there's this one that's coming up around. Okay. I'm going to go in there and deepen that. Just at the corner. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself or I'm going to make a mess. I'm just going to try to pull this together a little bit. And let's see what happens if I use my little eraser. Kind of blend this up a little bit. Soften it. And then I'm going to come back. What is this? Terracotta? And just pull that around there. Okay, we have a little piece in here. Put some lighter color down first, then come back in with just a little bit darker so we can keep that highlight. Just trying to give it a lot of different shades and blend it. Okay. I'm just lightening this really dark a little bit. And we can come back and work on it more. Just keep working it back and forth. Right, we have a piece that's coming all the way around here. So I keep hitting my book. Let me bend it up a little bit. Okay. So I think we'll start right here and work into this piece. So this is a curl, so I'm not exactly sure how to do this, but we're just going to give it a shot. Bring some highlight in there across the top. Work it into the brown and bring it out. Well, I think it's, so far, I think we're doing good. I took out too much color on that one. Probably wasn't as much pencil down. Let's put a little different color in there. I remember when I was young, being out in the sun a lot, my hair would have a lot of different colors in it. Especially in the summer, huh? Just going in here and deepening some of these dark places. This is dark right here, like it's gonna go around the curve here. And right up in here. A little bit in there. We already brought some of this down, and then we can come back and deepen it just a little bit with the black. And then we'll come back over with the brown. So I'm trying to keep my thoughts together. I want to put some of this ochre in here because it'll give it a nice, oops, what do I got, Van Dyke? Okay. Just a little bit here. And then let's see what happens if we blend this a little bit. It's a little bit too much, isn't you think? Put a little more of this orangey color in there. Okay. You forget where you're at. I think it's right here. can always come back and take some highlights out. Or, yeah, that too. Okay, this part is a little harder than that was. Trying to make these waves. Just gonna put some of this lighter, and then we'll go over that. Because this is the darkest part. You just got to keep trying. See if I could put a few highlights back in now. Some places it just didn't kind of work. It just made it look a little weirder. Like right here, I keep taking this out. And right here, we probably need a little. This is pretty dark in here. I'm not sure I like that. That's better. Better. All right, let's try. I'm gonna move up a little bit and see just this little piece here, like this little half circle. Okay. I'm starting to press too hard because I'm getting like, is this gonna work? So relax, breathe. Breathe. It'll be okay. Whatever happens, it'll be okay. We'll make it look okay. Somehow, some way. Okay. Now, let's see what happens if we. And we need a little more brown, I think. I don't want to do too much. Just go over that lightly and see if we can. Very lightly. Yahoo! What do you think? That little piece looks really good. And I think we need to We're going to have to come back in here and lighten a little more too. But let's move on. We're almost there. Okay. This brown ochre, I like it because it's given it a little bit of a highlight right off of the brown. I'm going to have to write these down on my little thing that this is what I came up with. Okay, now hold that little eraser. If you don't have an eraser, use your little, I'm looking to see if it's got anything. Okay, you can use your, this is a Prisma blender, colorless blender. So it definitely will work too. Just playing around with it. That one little spot there is just not cooperating. Alright, so let's do a little piece. We got it pretty dark right there. You notice I'm blaming you guys too. It's not just me. You're supposed to be helping me. And we're going to bring this ochre right there. Okay. That looks pretty good, huh? And we'll do the next little piece. They said just work in piece by piece. Let's see, we need a little brown in here. Well, for my first time, I think I'm really pleased with what I've been able to do. So this little bird, we're going to do him in, we're going to try to keep him white, and we're going to go from light gray into darker grays and just shadow him, kind of like this, but with grays, and try to keep him white. And all the stuff I said, if you watch the other video, that I said about the background, I'm not sure that's what I want to do. Okay, where are we at? Let's get a little red in here. And so I will tell you every color I have in my hand again as soon as I get this part done. Because I pulled a bunch of colors, but they weren't exactly what I wanted to do. I want to pull just a little bit of this dark into this, I think. And then we'll just use our blender and go over her hair a little bit. And I'm going to say, I like it. Oh, we forgot a piece. You guys, we forgot a piece. This little piece here. Right around the corner here. And then we'll go that little put a little more red in there. This piece we might want to make just a little bit darker because it's fading out into that. So let's use our blender, and we could take out just a little bit. I don't know if I can get that small for a highlight. Okay, I'm going to say I'm happy with her hair. There's a little dark spot right there, maybe blend it a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to leave it alone. Let's see if we need to, just a touch on her eyebrows. I'm going to go with brown ochre. And I don't really want to do too much dark. That look good? I thought so too. I'm very pleased. After yesterday. Okay, so now we need some, I'm going to show you what I used. So for the dark browns we used 176 and 177, and that is Van Dyke brown and walnut brown were our dark colors. And then for our highlights, we used terracotta 186, 187, and 182, burnt ochre, and brown ochre. So those were the 5 colors we used in her hair and on her eyebrow. And I think that worked. It worked well. Now let me pull some grays. And I don't think we have as many grays in this set, or I don't know if other people do. But I'm just going to pull these 3. And he'll either be a gray bird. We'll find out. So what do we have? Warm gray, 271. We have cool gray, 231, and cool gray, 5, 233. This is cool gray 2 on these 2. So we're just going to start with him in the areas that we probably would think he has some shadow, and bring it down, because this is our lightest color. I'm just going to bring it down, and I'm promising you I'm just thinking this is what it should kind of look like. But we do have the shadows, so we might need a white too, huh? I think I got the white out. And where did we put that cream? Ivory. Okay. We'll try these. This one I got to sharpen, I know. I have 2 ivories. Oh, there's the other one. That's all right. We're right in the midst of this. You can't even tell where you've been and where you're going. So this is just a light gray in here, and its tail feathers under there, under there, coming down and around. Okay. Now what about his little? I just remember in school when they brought that bird, I was amazed. You know, when you're a kid, you're just like, wow. I'll make this a different color, but I'm going to color in the darker color. So now let's take the white and just see. We're going to just, I'm going to just fill him in, because it will help keep the light spots really light in case I get too dark. And usually you'll put a shadow on around the edge a little bit. When you're painting a picture, you just cause it to pop loose that way. I'm not going deep in here. I'm just gonna hit the places I want it to be white. Again, I'm no professional. I'm just going by what I've done for other things. I really like how her dress and everything turned out. And I like her feathers. They're a little weird. And the colors here. I know, I'm always doing something. This is how I color. I go, and I wonder if I could put a little white in that. What would it look like? It is a little wild, but I know they were different back then too. Alright, I shouldn't have done that, because now I think I did everything in white. So now we're going to come in with just, let me just, this is the second, this is a cool gray. So I'm going to just, I just want to just barely give a little more color than I did the other one, the other gray. And we have that white down now. So we're going to go over our shadows that are already there for us a little more. I'm just kind of tipping his wings. Just a little bit. Well, he's starting to look like a little white bird. little darker underneath here. And right in here. Okay. All right, one more. This one we're going to be really careful with. This is a little darker. So just where it's the darkest, we just want to give it a little help. I don't want to try to do anything weird, which I somebody said I was weird. Did I hear that right? You said I am weird? Well, that very possibly could be. I think my kids have called me worse. Do you see how he's starting to just take shape? And we'll go over it again with the white. He's looking like a white bird. I have to put a little color in there and fix his eyeball up. You just want to be careful with this so that you don't get crazy. All right. Let's pick some of the colors from her hair. Let's try a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's like, what would really work? I don't know. You just gotta try. Maybe I don't want that highlight right there. I got out of the line a little bit right there. And what if I don't want black. This is dark sepia maybe. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Just a little bit. I'll put a little dot. No, I didn't like that. I was trying to make a little spot where See, I shouldn't have done that, but I did it. All right, now where is our white pen? There it is. I like to do this until I get it where it'll just make a little dot. See if it'll do it now. Okay, and then we'll take our, I like him. I like what happened there. Oops, this is too fat. We need the thin one. What is this, the number 5? That was an 8, no wonder. And even a 5 is pretty thick for this little teeny spot that I want to so I need a 3. I think 1 would be too small. These ones. I sent these back. These are ones I've had for a while. So where's my... These little tiny ones are the hardest ones to get going. But if you work on it, they will go. I think I just messed his eye up. I did too. I just had to mess it up. So, we are going to have to fix it. I can try by making his little white spot bigger. Maybe that's what's wrong. Now let it dry a little bit. So the background, I don't know if I'm just going to leave it white or do something else. I don't know. But I think just doing the frame, I was talking a lot, but I think just doing the frame would be enough so that she'll it's not quite dry enough to I better let it dry. I'll be doing it again. Let's see, I gotta let it dry. another solution. Where's my pasta pens? There it is. I usually do not do that over the top of my okay. Now we'll let it dry before we put that little black speck in there. And I think I just want this to look gold. Just a gold. Now I have this bronze pen. Let's see what that looks like. That might work just to go around the edge. To make it look a little more. So this is bronze. Copper. Sorry. I can't believe I keep messing up his eye. Usually I do pretty good with eyes. I'm trying to do something on it backwards, probably. So just stay in that little bitty line. But you could make your frame any color if you wanted it to match her dress, or I just want it to look kind of antique-y. I really think she's pretty. And that little bird turned out real cute. I'm so sorry about the other video. I just don't know how to fix it. Everything on YouTube that says how to fix it, YouTube's taken it out of there. So you can't. But you sure can learn so many things. The reason I couldn't turn it on my phone, rotate it, was because it said I didn't have enough space. Because it did go just a little over 2 hours. And then I thought maybe I should have cut some of it out and deleted it and then tried to do that. So I'll tell you, doing this YouTube and everything else is not easy. But I do appreciate everybody who's watched it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this out here too. And then maybe we'll know I got gold somewhere. Do gold on that inner lane, in inner space. And I am just filling it in, making sure everything's covered. I was up until 2 o'clock last night trying to figure that out. I'm not one to give up on something. I'm going to keep trying. Where's my little electric? There it is. I got a little spot here. This is my favorite friend. It helps because you can get rid of so much stuff. You can do so many things to highlight, to get rid of totally a whole. I had finished doing half of the seahorse and going to do the other half today on a video. And then I started an underwater picture in there, the double page, and actually almost have half of that page done. But I was using my metallic Castle Art pencils, and I'm not sure I like them. I mean, for here or there, but not to take and try to do, like I was trying to do a whole building in them. And I didn't like it at all. So I ended up erasing the whole building. And again, what was underneath was better than what was on the top. So I left that building like that. I hadn't colored in that ocean book at all of Johanna's. So now I've got 2 things started in it. I don't know if anybody went and looked and found this or not. If you did, and you're going to color it, let me know. And what colors you like. I do want to start a Facebook after I get some of this down so that we can share. You can share some of the pages that you color. I thought that would be fun. I do like this. Doesn't really look copper, but I'm getting everything done early for being up till 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm just thinking, I know I got different golds. I was just thinking to make that line of gold, and then this bronzy copper color behind it. Every time I look away and I look at her, I am going to frame her. I just think she's so pretty. It's something I would enjoy looking at. And I love things on the wall that make me feel good when I look at it. Isn't that pretty? And I was thinking when I first printed this out, after I looked at it, I thought, this isn't a very good... It's what I get for judging, huh? I always have to be careful not to curl the edges. That was something I started doing, and I thought, uh-oh. So I took a clip on my books and clipped the pages together on the corner wherever I was working. Isn't that pretty? You know, I even like it just like that, but let me look and see. Wow. I just love her. Oh, that little kookaburra's eyeball. Where's my other pasta pen? Let's see if that... Oh, this one I haven't even used. I know there's one I've used. Well, I could do the gold, but you know what? I'm just really thinking I don't want to mess with it. I'm liking it like it is. Oh, look, now that gave him a sweet little face. And I'm just not going to do anymore. I'm done. Sometimes you have to call it and say, I'm done. But I do want to take and just come around this edge. If it will let me. Just around the back side of his little eye. Okay. I was going to come in here. Just very lightly do that. I love it. I will put a little white dot in his eye. And then I'm done. Then I'm done. And I have to return something, so I'll have to be over by the Goodwill, and I will find me a picture frame for her. Okay, let my eyes focus. There. I couldn't be more pleased. I'm pleased. Well, I'm not going to apologize anymore for the sideway video, but I am just thankful for all of you. And please subscribe. It really is helping build my video, and it's getting to where more people are seeing it, and a lot of people are really liking that are finding me. We forgot his little foot. So please subscribe. You don't get if you don't ask, so I'm asking. And if nobody's told you today that they love you, I'm going to tell you. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. And remember, you have value and you have worth. Don't let anybody or anything tell you you don't. And I love you today. And I'll see you this afternoon.